If you build it, they will come. I just got here to Minktoberfest, Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. Getting ready to pull in, see a bunch of my friends. If you haven't been here, Minktoberfest it's not a convention, it's not a school. Probably the best way to describe it would be a symposium of trappers that get together, share ideas, and just network with each other and enjoy each other's company, eat well, and we're going to enjoy the fall weather and have a good time. So we'll see everybody there.
Anybody that wants to do a dirt hole or a flat set or whatever. And then in the Fisher demo area, which is right up here below the rock wall, there'll be some Fisher demos. Beaver, mud pies will be at the small pond. And then we're going to go on a wagon ride reading the road for canine. That'll be just out through the fields, looking maybe for some.
I actually, when the blades are brand new, I don't like them as much. After you've done a couple and they like dull out.
How long will your solution last after you make it?
1 hour.
All right. On the leg holes, I use castration bands. Some people nail them shut, staple them shut. To me, this makes the best appearance out of all of them. Front legs are the easiest. These are perfectly round and they're pretty small.
Made unbelievable DVDs and done so much research and training, teaching, and we appreciate him. So happy to have him here today. If you get a chance to talk to him, he'll be doing some demos, but you know, he's a wealth of knowledge, and this is a well-deserved award. This next award is for this year's Hall of Fame. It's presented to a person who has been seen at the convention so much and has adorned the backs of so many people with his artwork. I'd like to recognize Joe Goodman. If I'd have known about how big the NTA Hall of Fame award was, I would have made that one bigger. Trapper of the Year awards. And with this, Neil, you get a chair.
I'm going to have to go home and change the sign. Have a new sign for next year that says, if I could only be the man, a dog thinks I am. Change it. If I could only be the man that Candy thinks I am. Thank you.
I won't say great things about him because I know he'll tell you.
In my unit. And so we do track these every year. What we most importantly look at is long-term trends. So are the trends increasing, decreasing, stable, and then we make decisions based on that. With 2D, we saw that bobcats, for some reason, this unit took a long time to fill in, but eventually it did. And so we're happy to open that up this year.
That dust on the table, right in the garbage can. That's what this is, deer dust. It's just the meat, the leavings of the meat from the bandsaw as sawdust would be.
Out in my properties year round. So this is basically what I came up with. It's designed, I can't use body grips, I gotta use footholds.
Pennsylvania, Brian's my neighbor. Anyway, I ran fox lines and then checked them before work. And I developed my mink and muskrat line to check after work. So I wanted something that was underwater, that would be underwater, nothing moving.
Gosh, that works slick for pounding in a super steak. I don't have to, I sometimes have to pound a pilot hole and then pull it up, put my super steak in and pound that in. Well, the arm doesn't pound like it used to, so this makes it a little easier.
Sledgehammer. That's about as easy as it gets.
Into this that really is handy for fisher trapping and more importantly fisher pre-baiting is I got another door in here. Can you see that? You see that other door? So I have my own reality show. He follows me everywhere. I don't have my holster on, but I run a lot of pan tension. People are surprised when they see how much tension I run. If you were to push down on that, you'd be like, holy cow, it doesn't go down. I'm trapping coyotes. I don't want fox. I certainly don't want possums or skunks or a pillow. I'm going to tell you a little story, fall asleep.
The last 20 or 30 years, it's a holiday in Punxsutawney where we pull a groundhog, particularly this one, out of a stump. We hold him up in the air. Phil, the groundhog, looks to see whether or not he's seen his shadow. And then he dictates to the president of the Groundhog Club in a language called groundhogese whether or not he's seen that shadow. Now, if he's seen his shadow, does anyone know what happens if he sees his shadow?
And whether it's fur handling or pre-season prep or whatever it is, but it has grown into a much bigger thing. That's why you guys are all here. So this is a format and a forum that is rare in that you can ask somebody like him questions, or Ronnie Leggett or whomever, Phil Brown. So please, I beg you, the only way this is going to work is if you guys ask questions that you're sitting on. And I know some people don't like to speak publicly and don't like to talk. I'm not that guy. But this is the time. He says to me last year, we're skinning the coyote. I skinned the coyote. He's got a gland that he goes, no one wants to follow Mark Zay. He says, so he did it. So this is a chance to do what we're talking about here. So
87, 88, still using today.
Yeah.
My favorite trap. Okay, I got my trap bed cut out, straight down sides. I'm going to go a little deeper in the middle. Usually I stuff my bullet stake right in the middle. That's what I use.
I wish I'd known that. I told you.
Don't you say basketball.
I watched, like I said earlier, that the guy I watched skin that raccoon. I watched him do it one time. We were not trapping that October, and I put it in the shed. It probably took me an hour. I have a picture on my phone of it.
I go all the way up. I'm touching that chain, and while I'm here, I go around here. I get full. I cut it deep. Especially when it's muddy. So while I'm still here, the reason I wear this schmuck is I get very personal with my time. I get right in here with them. Get right in.
Maybe you need the Ebbs this night. it ain't doing very good.
I'm right here, man. I can hear you.
It's right behind you.
Here, you need me to sharpen that?
Not a real knife. I offered.
Much better.
NUCO, which is the Nuisance Wildlife Control Operators. So this is a presentation I did last year in Houston, and it goes through strategies for baiting and lure many different species, and I'll have a little short video with a lot of it to kind of back up what I'm trying to tell you or show you. I don't have a remote, so I'm going to do this with the button here.
Dainty.
Proper.
Dainty, I like that. Dainty.
Then you get food. Then you get
Stoic.
food.
I've been working on.
Start to listen to some of his jokes.
I'm trying to work on demure.
So, now, have that bed right there. You can picture the boughs coming out over the top here.
Evergreen boughs.
Evergreen boughs, so that there's no snow gonna fall. I'm gonna have some snow coming, I'm certain of it. I don't usually start trapping for 6 months.
Really, especially at this time of year. At any rate, at home, pretty near 100% still whole. I use lure, no bait. I do use some urine and when I first make a fresh net. Then you catch a fox, it's got plenty of urine. I don't have to re-lure with urine, but I do re-lure the durable. So I'll make a set here and you can check out what I made my niche for today. All right. 15 years ago for an event to grow to this size. But is Don in the house somewhere? I can't see that far, but Don or Candi, one of you want to come up here and say a few words?
Tonight I'm going to let Candi talk. So Tricia,
I have a request for you, Mike.
Big Pat always knew not to call me up here like this. So.
I'm learning.
Thank you all. Can't be.
I want to thank as well everybody coming along here for this weekend. Everybody who participated, whether you were just an observer or especially the people who gave demos. There's such a wealth of knowledge here. It's unbelievable that it grew to this event, and I think it's a very, very special event that none of you will forget when you were here. So I just have one. I'm told it's a 5-minute demo that Zagger wants to do, so can I ask Mark to...
35 minutes. Don and Candi, I need you to come back up here. Come here. Come here. By the time you get here, I'll be done. Both of you, I need you. Come hither. They're on their way.
Well, we all need our steps to get that steak.
You on your way? All right. Look me in the eye. So I'm going to give you the punchline to the joke first for the first time in the history of the world. I was charged with the responsibility of putting together maybe some kind of really nice memorial for the last Minkfest ever, which this is. But it's not. Last year he stood here and said this is the last Minkfest ever, right? So on February 19th of last year, Steve Lynn sent me a text and he said, call me. I said, okay. He said he was up in Maine with Neil, And they said, we got to do something really special for these guys because it's the last Minkfest ever. It's not, right? Understand? So all summer, I've been working on the last Minkfest ever grand prize, but it's not, which is great news, right? So, great news. So, Neil unselfishly volunteered me to do all the work. So let's hear it for Neil. Unselfishly, in the most unselfish act ever, volunteered me to do all the work. Let's hear it for Neil. All right. So we started to think about what we would do for you guys. So their idea was the dumbest idea ever. They wanted to send you on a cruise. And I said, that's the dumbest idea ever. Then fast forward to the summer, I tried to call you, and you guys were on a cruise. Well, that didn't work. So I started thinking of some things, and we started passing the hat. And Steve Lynn, where you at? Come here, buddy. Steve Lynn pulled yeoman's duty on this deal. Steve probably raised 90% of the money for this deal. You're not going to believe what this is. I'm going to really build this up. Where's Tim? So Tim from Maine also did something really nice that we're going to show you here in a second. And where's Larry Miller? Right behind you. So for you guys that don't know, and I'm sorry that I couldn't get the word out, I was trying to be top secret about this whole thing. So I was dealing with, so Bill Hunt says to me, listen, I said to Bill, I need some phone numbers from the gals that work for you in the office, Fran, Caitlin, whomever. So Bill's like, I got this. They love me. They love me. So Bill calls Fran. Is Fran here? And he talks to Fran, and Fran gives Bill the number to call top secret because I need some top secret stuff. I call the number and I get this. Hey, Mark, Don Powell. He answers the phone. It wasn't Fran's cell number, it was the office number. He answers when I'm calling to try to get email stuff about you that I can do top secret. You answer the phone. That was my Don Powell invitation. You guys didn't get it? Hey, Mark, Don Powell. So we're at the PTA and we're raising money for the last Minkfest ever. And he walks up to me and he goes, hey, Mark, Don Powell. I said, I see it. And he says, I don't think this will be the last one. I'm like, I'm passing the hat. We're raising a ton of money for this. So this whole thing has turned into this thing. So what we did was we had something, I think, special made for you. It's in this box. Open that. You know how to use the lock? One of these Amish guys that help him all the time. Help him open this thing. Open that thing up. All right, I'm going to tell you, it's a brand new cruise. So Tim made this really nice beaver blanket for you to wrap this thing up. But we're going to have to lift this thing out of here.
We can cuddle tonight.
All right, we got to lift this thing out of here. Can someone come here and lift this thing up so everybody can see it? So this is a one-of-a-kind trap. It says Minktoberfest. It's a cast pan. It says, that's Minktoberfest. You can read it. It says, these guys are stretching. So it says 2010 and to 2024. Because this is the last Minkfest ever. You son of a bitch. Hey. 2025, 2026. That's it. Thank you, everybody.